You're watching Nevada Business Chronicles. Take a journey with us to see the innovative businesses that put Nevada on the business map. Connecting you with the businesses, events, and organizations that bring innovation and prosperity to the Nevada area, please welcome your host, Mitch Burney. You're never going to guess where we are today at one of my absolute favorite places in the entire state of Nevada, Custom Truck Accessories with Caleb Parker. Thanks so much for having us back. I love coming here.
Oh, it's always fun to have you here, Mitch.
Today, we're going to start with the fact that you are a 5-star, top-rated Lear dealer.
We are. It's what we're known for. Our Lear shells got us on the map, and we just continue doing those.
Last time we were here, we met you out in the Carson City branch at the Lance Truck Camper Center, and there's more news.
There is more news. Here in Reno, we now sell Arctic Fox and Wolf Creek cab over campers.
Now, this is an exciting new lineup because nobody in Northern Nevada, let alone in Reno, has carried new truck camper shells.
That's right. You could only find older used ones on Craigslist or something like that here before. So we decided to bring on a whole new line here in Reno. We're the only ones that's got them. So we're here for you.
New line, great line. Let's take a look at them.
All right. Here are a few of our Arctic Fox campers. We got both a short bed and a long bed model to show you today. So it's not their full line on stock, but we have them coming in all the time. So you can come on down, check them out. We'll give you a quick walk around.
This looks like a motorhome. You got pull-outs in it.
Yeah, both these models have slide outs, both for long and short bed. So there's a lot of fun stuff. They've come a long way from your grandpa's old cab over.
Well, let's take a look around.
One of our favorite features on the Arctic Foxes, a one-piece fiberglass construction. So this is one wrapped cap all the way from the roof, around to the front, down to the base. So that's super leak preventative on these guys.
This goes all the way over the top of the unit as well.
All the way, only guys on the market that do that.
I've never seen that before.
So in the Arctic Foxes, they have this armor guard protection down here. That helps you slide in your camper in and out of your bed, also with front bump stops so you know just how close you are. And they also protect all their propane lines with extra PVC tubing. So everything's super sealed, super watertight, extra preventative on these guys.
And this is, relatively new in the industry too, to have hydraulic jacks.
Yeah, automatic jacks all over, so you can lower them side to side, front and back, one at a time. Makes it a lot easier to unload and load your camper.
What is all conditions unit?
So that right there is a 4-season weather rating. All the Arctic Foxes come 4-season ready. So that means you can camp this thing in the Arctic or the tropics. It's ready to go wherever you are.
You're saying in the full heart of the winter, in deep snow, this is going to stay warm inside?
Yeah, fully ducted heating all throughout, so you're totally set. All 4 seasons, they mean it.
That's incredible. I see they carried their protection all the way around the outside. I love these steps.
Yeah, so this right here is a Fox landing outfitted with a glow step. So what this step does right here is you got these little glow markers on here. So if you're getting out, you forgot to turn on your lights or anything like that, that's going to glow up. You'll be able to see right where you're stepping.
Easy, nice steps in. Let's take a look inside. Is it me or is this enormous inside?
Yeah, this is a huge unit. This is the 990 by Arctic Fox right here. So this one, some of the best features on this, right here, giving the sense of enormity, the cathedral ceilings.
Yeah, I see the bow of the arch in the ceiling.
Yeah, vaulted ceilings gives them extra strength. They've also got this nice carpeted finish on those, keeps down the sound. Also, on this guy right here, totally washable. Any marks, any scuffs, anything you do manage to get up there, if you get up on this guy, comes right off.
What's interesting is I'm over 6 foot tall. I got plenty of room in here. This is very, very spacious and full of accoutrements.
Yeah, so the Arctic Fox all comes with this upgraded wood paneling. So this is a standard feature on the Arctic Foxes. Real high grade wood, real sturdy construction on these. If we had enough room in here, I could do a pull up on this. That's how strong these cabinets are.
Looks like we've got a fully equipped appliance included kitchen on board.
We do. We have our sink over here. We've got our microwave up top. We have a stove down here and an oven. So you have a full kitchen in here. You can cook all your meals, everything, all inside this one unit.
A refrigerator and a freezer.
Yep, 2-phase fridge and freezer. So you got your full outfit there. So everything you're going to cook in that kitchen, you can keep nice and cold or store it for later.
A dining room in here that would sit a village.
Yeah, so this is an Arctic Fox feature right here. The whole slide out is on this guy. So our dining room, our fridge, everything slides out. That helps give us a little more room. And then this right here, this dining area, also converts into a bed.
What's behind door number 1?
This is going to be our wet bath. Actual porcelain toilet. And you got both your shower and your bath all wrapped into one to save space.
This looks not just beautiful, but comfortable.
It is. So it's a full-size queen bed up here in the main cabin. And we've also got all our LED lighting all around. Lots of lighting options depending on how much light you want. There's a fantastic fan underneath that flap right there, so you can get plenty of ventilation. We have our TV mount, so when you pick what kind of TV you want to go with, it'll mount right here. Also swings out so you can watch it when you're eating.
Looks like you got a little privacy panel here too, if you got the kids in here.
So you can separate yourself, a little privacy, walk off the side of the cabin, you're all set.
Wow, it looks like we got more than just a fantastic fan in this unit too.
We do. They're 4-season ready, so that includes your air conditioning. So that's your heating and air right there. And we have our whole control panel over here that fires everything, including your stereo, and that right there is your little thermostat.
Unbelievable. What have they not thought of? I mean, I feel like you're taking your home out on the road.
It's a lot like that now. These things are totally different, awesome, brand new, all the features at home, right on the back of your truck.
These are so luxurious. The quality, the richness of all of the different features in here. It's like really like a real home that you can take with you on wheels.
It is. So they've brought everything that you have at your house. You can just load up right on the back of your truck, go out, no inconveniences. You're fully set for 4-season camping.
Completely recreated the old days of taking your truck camper out.
Exactly.
I'm sure this is an extremely important feature as well when you're out on the road, being able to take everything you need with you. But I'm noticing everywhere I look, there's a storage space.
There is. Want me to show you all the storage that's in this bugger?
Let's do it. A lot of extra compartments.
We have our auxiliary shower right here, and in here, a slide-out battery storage. So with that Cummins generator on board, you'll be able to run your full power and everything, keep you going in case your campground doesn't have plug-in power.
Air conditioning, heating, television, all of that possible with a massive generator.
Exactly.
One of the most important things that makes Custom Truck Accessories the perfect place for Arctic Fox, you can equip the vehicle to carry the weight.
Exactly. One-stop shop, Mitch. So we can do everything to get your truck ready to haul that cab over camper. So that includes stuff like airbags for your load leveling, stable loads, also another load leveling feature, all the way up to your turnbuckles, to super trusses. If you're towing something behind your vehicle, we can outfit it all.
This allows you to balance that load, drive safer and less wear on your vehicle.
Correct. Yeah, so it allows you to keep that load stable. So perfect add-on for a cab over camper is the airbags, because you can level your load side to side, and they don't always carry their weight even, so that's really important on those guys.
Fantastic that this is the place that carries them and outfits them as well. For more information on Arctic Fox campers, you can visit them at 385 Kitsky Lane. Give them a call at 329-5111, or look them up on the internet at customtruckaccessories.com. Caleb, thanks so much for having me back.
Thanks for being here, Mitch.
For more information on this guest or to see this show in its entirety, visit nvbusinesschronicles.com. While you're there, you can watch all of our past shows on the Chronicles page and stay connected with us by following us on our social media. Now more from Nevada Business Chronicles.
We're back at Palace Jewelry and Loan with Joan and Landon Mack. Thank you so much for having me back.
You're welcome.
Last time we were here, we promised that we were going to talk about firearms, and not just firearms, but the family history in firearms, right down to the fact that these were made by your dad.
Correct.
Tell me what we have here.
It's a 243, and he took a metal barrel, put it on a Mauser Action. He took a block of wood and created a beautiful artistic piece that you could put on your wall go out and hunt with, whatever you wanted to do. The only thing he didn't make is the scope and the mounts and the bolt.
But he could have made those too.
Yes, during World War II, he went and to the draft place and asked if he could enlist, and they asked him what he could do, and he says, well, I can make firearms, I can make all kinds of different metal tools. And they said, well, can you use a lathe? And he said, use one, I can make one. So they put him in the machine shop and didn't let him go overseas, which
Makes
I
sense.
was very happy.
Which was all self-taught. He wasn't, he didn't go to college for engineering or anything like that. It was all self-taught.
As a child, this must have been a very interesting lifestyle, being around firearms being manufactured.
Yes, it was. In fact, I remember when I was 3, 4, and 5 years old, I'd hop out of bed in the morning and go to the wood stove in the kitchen, and my dad would have a pot on the burner with a block of lead in it, melting, so we could make bullets with pour the molten lead into the mold. And I mean, I got to do all the things all through my life that I really enjoyed.
Did he make this too?
That's pretty funny. Yeah, no, you probably could have, but no. We just wanted to kind of show that what we can do here. We're not just a pawn shop; we're a firearms dealer. Also, so I can put this whole thing together. You know, I can order the gun from Barrett. This is a Barrett 50 82A. The scope we made up and ordered in the night vision scope. So we can put any gun together what anybody would like to have.
All of this knowledge, generations, decades of experience really helps you with your customers at Palace Jewelry and Loan.
Yes, it really does on both sides. When somebody brings a firearm in or anything else in the store, our family history and background, 4th generation, to get the most on a loan or to get the best deal on if somebody wants to purchase something, we have the background. And for an example of that, in another segment with my cousin Justin, as a GIA, went to school to do all jewelry appraisals and authentications, but he also comes from a professional musician background, to where we also have other musicians in here, but as far as the family goes, a musician background where he's in his own band. So the instruments that people bring in, they're going to know they're going to get the best deal on an instrument, or they're going to get the best amount of money to loaned on that instrument. And I want to go ahead and reintroduce Justin right now, and he's going to walk you through our music department. But everything across the store, from jewelry to music to firearms to sporting goods to TVs and tools, we're 4th generation here. So 58 years been in business, going on 59. We've had that experience.
And that really does help your consumers when they come in here. Let's go meet Justin.
Let's go.
Justin, good to see you again.
You as well, Mitch.
When we were here before, I found out that you were a certified GIA, graduate gemologist.
Yes, sir.
I had no idea that you also had a musical background, and not just yourself, but a whole family history. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so a lot of this started with my grandmother, who was a singer, big band singer back in the day. And it carried over to my father, his brothers, and my cousins. Our whole family is well immersed into the music industry.
You yourself have been in the music lifestyle from a small child and in many bands yourself.
Yeah, I've played in a few local bands, played in a few small quartets. I play viola in a small quartet right now. So it's definitely something that we enjoy very much in our family.
That knowledge transfers to your knowledge about the musical instruments, which benefits somebody who comes in with one to pawn it or to buy it. Tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. One thing that we enjoy in pawn shops is music. Instruments, music in general, they sort of go hand in hand. The saying is, if your instrument hasn't been in the pawn shop, it can't play the blues. So,
Love it.
so yeah, we're very familiar here. I have drummers on staff. We like to hire musicians because we feel like they're, extensions of ourselves. And so when somebody brings in an instrument to sell or loan, we're very knowledgeable about the topic. We know what these items go for, and we offer very fair prices on them.
Great for somebody who wants to pawn one, you give them a fair price. Great
Absolutely.
for somebody who wants to buy one, and you know what it's
Yeah.
really worth.
Right.
This is very special, and so let's show a little bit about your knowledge by talking about something that they don't see every day.
Yeah, this is a Paul Reed Smith custom shop. Beautiful guitar, as you can see just by sight alone. We can dig a little deeper into it by looking at some of the individual parts and pieces of it. This is the natural grain of wood. This is a quilted maple top. Book-ended very nicely, and what that means is they continue the pattern all the way across, even though this is two separate pieces of wood cut from the same tree, I assume. What we have here is all this beautiful mother of pearl inlay in the very typical Paul Reed style with the doves, the birds. Made very famous by Carlos Santana. He's a big player of Paul Reed Smith. Ted Nugent, I believe, as well as some other very big names.
These are handmade, very custom, low production pieces,
Yeah.
very treasured.
This,
Very rare.
Yeah, this particular guitar, you'll notice on the back of it here, it does have its own number. This is the private stock number, 3882. This is signed by Paul Reed Smith himself, as well as the manager who managed the very small team of hand-picked luthiers that worked on this guitar. Paul Reed himself picks a small group of luthiers to do the whole entire piece. African mahogany on the back. You can see they continued the grain along. Very, very exquisite. You don't see something like this every day. All the finishing touches. This is something that you see on high-end automobiles. Yeah, the woodwork, the craftsmanship that goes into something like this is really just phenomenal.
You have quite a selection of a variety of instruments here, many very specific and collectible like this one, and others that are for everyone from the enthusiast to the novice.
Yeah, one thing we love to do is when kids come in here and they have that sparkle in their eye, they see these instruments, and we like to put instruments in musicians' hands, in kids' hands, to inspire people. Music is one of my passions, again with my family history, as well as making music is unlike any other, is like any other thing. It's very euphoric, and so when I get to sell instruments to people, to musicians, to young kids, I get that same feeling because I know that we're continuing on the legacy.
Your knowledge of musical instruments probably helps you even match the instrument with the person and their needs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their experience.
Yeah, we like to listen to people, what they want, what they need from their instrument, and we have the knowledge to match that up, make suggestions, or just let them simply pick which one they like, which one speaks to them.
If you don't have it here, there's another store in your family
Yeah.
in town where you're likely to have it as well.
All American Jewelry and Loan, where I got my start. My brother, father, and I ran that store for the past 17 years, and was really in-depth in the music industry as far as musicians coming in, purchasing instruments from us over there. We've got a great staff over there running it right now, who are musicians themselves, believe it or not. So it really runs hand in hand with the pawn industry. The beauty of a pawn shop really is how much diversity of instruments we have. We have everything from this beautiful Yamaha tenor saxophone, violins, violas, cellos. That's sort of my passion, something that I'm really in love with. Wind instruments, acoustic guitars, which really seem to be picking up these days. Everything from a beginner Fender to really high-end Taylors and Martins, and everything in between. Of course, electric guitars always spark a passion for rock and roll, good old American legend, you know. Another one of my big passions, bass guitars. I actually had one of my upright basses here for consignment for some time. So yeah, we really we span the instrument world with everything.
You span from the vintage to the almost new, where I can see even the drums that you have, old-fashioned drums as
Right.
well as new electric drums.
Right. Great thing about instruments, they're timeless. Some people will spend $5,000 on a brand new guitar and spend $10,000 on a very old guitar. You know, the provenance of the piece can really make a difference. So we really want to make sure that there is something for everyone that walks through these doors.
Don't want to miss on the amplifiers, studio recording equipment. It's really, like you said, it's carte blanche.
Right.
At a Palace Jewelry and Loan, you never know what's coming in. You never
Sure.
know what's next. Justin, thanks so much for showing us through the instruments.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure, Mitch.
You can check out their inventory online at thepalacejewelryandloan.com. Visit them at 300 North Virginia or give them a call at 775-322-2863. Next time, you're not going to want to miss when we come back and we talk about holiday gift giving ideas at the Palace Jewelry and Loan.
That's going to be the fun part.
Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
For more information on this guest or to see this show in its entirety, visit nvbusinesschronicles.com. While you're there, you can watch all of our past shows on the Chronicles page and stay connected with us by following us on our social media. Now more from Nevada Business Chronicles. Do you know somebody with a kid in K through 12 or have one of your own? Then pay attention. Today we're here at Mathnasium, the Math Learning Center. Let's go meet the owner, Carlo DeMaisa. Carlo, thank you for being on our show.
Absolutely.
First question I want to ask is, what is Mathnasium? How did it get its start, and what made you want to become involved with it?
Well, Mathnasium is a math-only learning center. It's been around for over a decade. There's about 600 plus centers nationwide. Why I got involved with it, you ever had one of those epiphanies in your life where you say, hey, there's something better, and you're trying to figure out what that better is?
Something more important.
Right, and this was it for me. Nothing better than coming home to my own community where I grew up and giving back to my own community and owning my own business in the process.
And truly making a difference.
Thanks.
Who should consider bringing their kids to a Mathnasium Learning Center?
Well, basically anyone with a kid that is catching up, staying up, or getting ahead. Those are the kids that would come and see us.
Basically everybody.
Pretty much.
How does the process work?
Well, the first thing that we like to have the kids do is come in and do what's called a free session. And so that's what RD here is doing, is giving her a test drive, if you will, of what it feels like day to day. Now, once they get through the free trial and they decide, hey, this is something that I really want to get into, I'm going to benefit from this, we go to what's called the pre-assessment. And so that's what we see here. This student is taking the pre-assessment so that we can understand where the edge of their understanding is on the math. That way we know how far back to rewind or how far forward we need to fast forward.
What do you mean by rewind and fast forward?
Sure. One of the typical things that makes it challenging for kids in a typical tutoring environment is the current trouble is what tends to be the focus, versus going back to the fundamentals, understanding what those basic building block problems are and tackling those before incrementally moving, in fact, past the current trouble. So once we complete the pre-assessment stage, we generate a custom learning plan for that child. And then I review that with the parent and the child.
What is the Mathnasium method?
Well, Mitch, in short, it's making math make sense to kids. So, for example, we learned how to describe the bottom of a fraction as the denominator. Here, we call that the name of the fraction. So as an example, if I ask a child, if you have an apple and an apple, is that 2 apples? Or if you have a banana and a banana, is that 2 bananas? Now we go to, if you have an apple and a banana, is that 2 banapples? And obviously they say, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Right? Well, that's how we teach them that when we add 1/3 and 1/2, it doesn't equal 2/5. We also provide regular updates So every few prescriptives that the kids complete successfully and show mastery, we make sure we update the parents on that.
And what's this in front of us?
Oh, this is one of my favorite parts. This is the reward system. So when kids show mastery of each page, they get a punch of a star on a card. They save those cards and they get to trade them in for things. These are some of the small things in the cabinet, but we recently had one of our kids earn an Xbox One. It was our privilege to be able to give that to her last week.
So really giving them an incentive to grow and learn as well.
That's right.
What a great idea.
Well, Mitch, I'd like to introduce you to the mother of two of our students. This is Amy Arias.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'd like to ask you, if you don't mind, a little bit about your experience with Mathnasium so that other parents can learn from that.
Okay. We came here when my eldest daughter was struggling with math. She was not passing math at 4th grade after having straight A's for 4 quarters in a row in 3rd grade. And we were looking for an alternative to support what she was doing in her classroom. And that's how we found Carlo and found Mathnasium.
And what's happened since then, and what time frame are we talking about?
We've been here 4 weeks, and she has brought her grade to a B+.
From
Yeah.
not passing,
Not passing.
we're being polite,
That's
to a B+.
the nice way to say it. Yeah, to a B+.
In 4 weeks.
In 4 weeks. And her confidence has soared. And I think that's the biggest piece for her. She feels comfortable here, she feels supported, and she's willing to ask questions because she knows that I don't get it or I don't understand that is an acceptable answer. And that makes a big difference when you're not exactly sure of what you're doing.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that. Hopefully
Yeah.
other parents can learn and gain from that experience that you've had and have their
Absolutely.
children enrolled in such an extraordinary program too.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. Even the layout of this facility is intentional. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised to hear that.
It is, Mitch. It's designed to be maximum safety for the kids. No hidden corridors. It's all out in the open, complete visibility for the parents to make sure that they feel that their kids are safe.
And it creates an environment where there's no possibility of bullying.
That's
either.
right.
Carlo, consistent with your reasoning for even opening up a Mathnasium in Sparks is your involvement in our community.
Yeah, it's our privilege to have partnerships with a few of the schools here in Sparks. We're there every week, and also I serve on the board of a nonprofit in town.
None of this would be possible if it wasn't for you and your incredible staff. And I want to make sure people know how they can get involved and bring their kids into Mathnasium. There's more than one location.
There are 2 in Reno, and we're located in Sparks at 2888 Vista Boulevard in the DeAndrea Marketplace.
And they can also find you on the internet.
They can, mathnasium.com/eSparks.
And the phone number.
775-356-MATH.
For more information on this guest or to see this show in its entirety, visit nvbusinesschronicles.com. While you're there, you can watch all of our past shows on the Chronicles page and stay connected with us by following us on our social media. For information on becoming a guest on our show, contact us at info@nvbusinesschronicles.com. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week at the same time for more from Nevada Business Chronicles.